Welcome to McMaster University, one of the top engineering schools in Canada. We have a world-renowned co-op program, state-of-the-art labs and research facilities, and a core curriculum that produces some of the best engineers in the industry. We teach our engineering students by exposing them to up to 24 months of real-life engineering experience through co-op. Students can use our Oscar Plus system to apply for jobs and have the opportunity to work for industry-leading companies such as Tesla, Westinghouse Electric Canada, General Electric, and Google, just to name a few. Here we have some impressive statistics highlighting the success of McMaster's co-op program. 98% of employers would rehire a McMaster co-op student upon graduation. 44,000 student applications were submitted on Oscar Plus job portal for the 2018-2019 year. Engineering co-op students collectively made $25,536,453 while working on co-ops in the 2018-2019 year. Students need 48 months to complete the EIT program, 12 of which can be acquired from McMaster's co-op program. This gives students an edge when graduating and gets them their license quicker than competing non-co-op programs. We have a course, 1P04, specifically designated to teaching students about the path to become a professional engineer and the steps required to apply for a professional engineering license upon graduation. We make sure our students graduate with the knowledge on how to conduct themselves professionally as to avoid offenses and penalties over the duration of their engineering career. Things like only using the professional engineering designation when you are officially licensed and what fines can be issued for misuse. Students are taught what counts and what does not count as misrepresentation of their position.
At McMaster, we have some fantastic extracurricular groups and teams, one of them being our McMaster Baja racing team. We also have many world-renowned courses available, one of which being our Eng4A03 course. On McMaster Baja, students are required to complete a variety of tasks. These tasks can vary from design work to talking to suppliers. It also prepares our students for interviews. Through working and communicating with outside vendors, professors, and even peers, our students are able to develop key communication skills and knowledge of engineering practices. All of these things teach our students fundamental engineering practices that allow them to excel in the workforce. Furthermore, while students are on Baja, you will learn to communicate with vendors and source parts and services such as machining. It is highly important that you communicate in emails that you are a student and not an engineer. This designation prematurely prior to graduation can cause many problems. This key experience helps students understand the importance of potential penalties for misrepresentation. This further reinforces students' understanding of offenses and penalties as outlined by the PEO. Our widely recognized Eng4A03 course helps teach students the fundamentals of CAD design, which translates directly to the industry skills. This helps our students excel in their work placements as well.
Welcome to the training module. In these training modules, we will be outlining the processes involved with acquiring your professional engineering license, avoiding offenses and penalties, and applying to be an engineering intern. In Module 1, we will be dedicated to discussing the processes involved with acquiring your engineering license. To begin, there are 5 requirements you must meet before you can begin your application. These include, you must be 18 years old, you must be of good character, you must meet the academic requirements, must pass the National Professional Practice Exam, and lastly, you must satisfy the experience requirements. To satisfy PEO's academic requirements to obtain your professional engineering license, you, the PEng applicant, must hold a bachelor's degree from any engineering equivalent accredited program. These programs are accredited by the Canadian Engineering Accreditation Board, also known as the CEAB. You can also hold equivalent academic qualifications, which include a college degree. If your engineering program is not CAAB accredited, PEO will individually assess the academic background to determine whether it is equivalent to the academic qualifications in the discipline of engineering. It should be noted that there are currently 0 graduate degree engineering programs that the CEAB accredits and approves.
The National Professional Practice Examination, or NPPE, is a 3-hour closed book online exam on ethics, professional practice, engineering law, and professional liability. Eligible applicants may write the NPPE at any time as long as they gain the 48 months of engineering work experience required to obtain your license. The NPPE is held 5 times a year, in February, April, June, September, and November, in major centers across Canada. A remotely proctored exam is also available for those who are unable to write in the exam center. Special accommodations can be made for those applicants with a demonstrated need. Contact the PEO Exam Center for information about making special accommodation requests. The exam has 120 multiple choice questions based on 6 subject areas. 10 of these questions are PEO specific and deal with multiple acts along with Ontario-focused practice issues. The remainder are based on information in the textbooks and other resources. Although the NPPE contains specialized vocabulary and terms, the exam is not used as a test of English language proficiency and is regularly verified to function at a readability level of approximately grade 10. In order to study for the test, 3 textbooks and several free resources are recommended as study material. Along with the books, several practice tests are available to help you prepare. Practice test questions are ones used on previous NPPE exams. To best use these practice tests, we recommend that you take one early in your studying process and then later on to determine which areas you still need to focus on. The practice test site also sells an NPPE package, which includes 2 textbooks and access to a 100-question practice test at a discounted price. Here, we will look at a summary of the NPPE in 3 steps. Step 1. Complete a PEO license application. Once PEO receives your completed license application, with the appropriate payment, you will be issued a PEO file number. Step 2. Wait. 2 months prior to the date of the next available NPPE, PEO's Exam Center will send the eligible candidates a registration email with information on how to register to write the exam. Step 3. Eligible NPPE candidates who wish to write the exam at the next available sitting are required to register and submit payment in accordance with the instructions provided in the registration email. If you do not receive your registration email approximately 2 months prior to the sitting in question, contact the Exam Center. If you are a graduate of a Canadian Engineering Accreditation Board program, once you submit a license application to the PEO and obtain a PEO file number, you will be informed of the time frame to write your NPPE. International engineering graduate applicants who have submitted a license application and have been assigned a PEO file number may be required to write and pass a technical exam program before being eligible to write the NPPE. This requirement is determined on a case-by-case basis. Ontario law requires that you have a minimum of 4 years of engineering work experience before you can obtain your professional engineering license, and at least 1 year of your experience must be obtained in a Canadian jurisdiction. This ensures that you have sufficient exposure to Canadian engineering codes, legislation, technical standards, and regulations. PEO evaluates each applicant's engineering experience against 5 quality-based criteria: application of theory, practical experience, management of engineering, communication skills, and awareness of the social implications of engineering. PEO considers experience gained before graduation when assessing the quality of the required 4 years of satisfactory engineering experience. You may be credited with a maximum of 12 months of experience if you have a postgraduate engineering degree or degrees in the same or similar discipline as the undergraduate degree. Please note that only pre-graduation engineering experience gained after the midpoint of the bachelor's degree is eligible for assessment. Work must be seen as a stepping stone to your professional development, and pre-graduation experience cannot be credited in lieu of the required minimum 12 months of Canadian experience.
Welcome. I will be showing you how you can submit your official registration forms to acquire a PEng license with the PEO. As you can see, it is a simple Google search away to get to the official PEO website. By Googling PEO, it will most likely be the first option for you to click on. Once you have arrived at the PEO website, it is important to note that this is a crucial resource for you throughout your career. There are many resources related to the different regulations and acts that you must follow throughout your career, as well as different forms you may apply for, including the one that we are going to look at today. So, if you scroll down, you can see that there is a button for Become an Engineer. By clicking this and scrolling down just a bit more, you can see the official P-Eng license application form. By opening up the PDF, you can see that there is a lot of information regarding the requirements that you need to meet in order to become a professional engineer. There is also information regarding the different types of things you'll need to fill out throughout this form. Here is an overview of the form, and it's just basic information about you, your degree and qualifications, etc. After filling all this out, there is also an option for the EIT program, which will be mentioned a bit later on. However, there are also a couple rules that you must follow in order for your application to be accepted. Welcome to Module 2 of this graduate training video. By now, you have successfully completed your bachelor's degree and are on your way into pursuing a career path. If you have completed a degree associated with a co-op program, then you are already ahead of the game, and this will be discussed a little later on. However, there are still a few steps required to immerse yourself into becoming a professional engineer. This process is initiated by applying for the engineering intern program through a similar process of that when acquiring a P-Eng license. There are specific options that you must check off when completing the registration forms. To ensure eligibility, though, for the EIT program, you must hold an undergraduate degree from a CEAB accredited program and school. If this is not the case, then you will be able to complete an examination that is required by the Academics Requirements Committee. The EIT program helps to provide guidance to engineering graduates through annual reviews across 48 months of real-life engineering experience. As for students who have completed their degree in a co-op program, that co-op experience will actually count towards your 48 months, which is how I was saying that co-op students are ahead of the game. Furthermore, there are multiple benefits to being a part of the EIT as listed on the official PEO website. Some of these benefits include the opportunity to receive detailed feedback in a confidential and comfortable environment, the option to apply for the PEO's licensure assistance program, multiple chances to attend the PEO and EIT seminars, access to the PEO online portal, opportunities to participate and contribute to online discussions with engineers in different types of forums, and many more. For more information on these benefits, feel free to refer to the PEO website, as they go through in detail about the process to both register and be a part of the EIT program. One important aspect to note, though, for those of you who have recently graduated, is that the PEO will credit your license application fee and the cost of your first year's membership fees to take part in the EIT program as part of your initial payment towards registration fees for an official P-Eng license. However, this is only the case for graduates who have applied for so within 6 months of graduation. Thank you. In addition to the benefits listed on the PEO website, there's a lot more that comes with being able to work for 48 months before getting your P-Eng license. One benefit is exposure to real-life engineering work and practices. This may include just being around a work location in the office and getting used to any conventions that you may have to be accustomed to. Another benefit is that you get to gain and develop useful skills for inside the workplace. This can be along the lines of time management, teamwork, etc. You also get to build your resume, and depending on how you decided to go about your co-op experience, you may get to test different fields and figure out where you may like to apply your actual skills. Last but not least, you get to start earning money, which is one of the many goals in finding a career that you truly like. And so by starting to earn money, you can start to pay off those pesky student loans.
The Professional Engineers of Ontario Engineering Act outlines some offences and penalties that are applicable to any individual. Anyone who engages in the practice of professional engineering or leads to a belief of being a professional engineer but does not hold a license is found guilty of an offence. Using the title professional engineer or engineer as an occupational or business designation or to lead to the belief that the person engages in professional engineering is a part of this offense. So is using a term, title, or description leading to a belief that one is in the practice of professional engineering as well as using a seal. The first offense can be fined up to $10,000 and for a second offense up to $25,000. Additionally, using a term, title, description, or seal leading to the belief that the person may provide professional engineering services to the public is an offense. Similarly, using the term licensed engineering technologist or the initials LET leading to a belief that the person is a holder of the engineering technologist class of limited license is an offense and liable to a fine up to $10,000 for the first offense and up to $25,000 for the second offense. The term engineering intern and its initials EIT are similar. Using any term, title, or description leading to the belief that the person is an engineering intern is liable for a similar fine as stated. When found guilty of an offense, the burden of proof is on the defendant to demonstrate that use of the title or abbreviation does not lead to a belief of engaging in the practice of professional engineering. However, proceedings cannot be commenced 2 years after the date in which the offense was committed. Some other offenses include obstructing a person conducting an investigation and is liable to a fine of no more than $10,000. Another one is if a corporation is found guilty of an offense, every director or officer who authorized or permitted the offense is guilty and liable to a fine up to $50,000. Another offense is when a person found guilty is a member or employee of a partnership. Every member who authorized or permitted the offense is liable to a similar fine of $50,000.